Hi everyone and welcome. I hope you're all doing well, feeling happy, cozy and crafty somewhere in the world. I thought I would pop on today. I watched Rosehill Paper Cottage the other day and she made some lovely little bits and pieces using Ruby XO on Etsy, her new printable. So I've printed a couple of those and I've printed them on the linen paper, and I've printed the cream and the white, and I've also printed them at A5 size instead of the full size. I did print some at the full size, but for my purpose today I thought they might be a little bit too big. I'll just zoom out a little bit so that you can see what's going on here. So they're really cute. Rosehill Paper Cottage made some really nice matchbox, little match, you know, those little things you collect at the motels. So I thought I would do something different, but using these. So I've also printed out these, and these, I've printed these out at A5 size as well. So these are from Tracy Lee Croft on Etsy, and just tiny little stamps and things like that. So I don't know if I'll use them, but we'll see how we go. I've gathered a few bits and pieces together here, as you can see, and I thought we would just have a little play. I'm going to use this little book. It's falling apart. It's a little book from a plumber that I actually picked this up off Etsy. Not Etsy, eBay. Yeah, and it's just got little mathematical equations and that sort of thing in there. So I thought I might use some of that. And I've got my French book that I picked up from the op shop the other day. And I've already, I had a look because I wanted to see how it was put together. It's actually only glued in, and when you pull the pages back, they actually pop out. So I've pulled a couple out, but they come out quite easily. They're, as I said, they're literally just glued in there, so they just sort of peel off that glue binding there. So I'll be able to get that apart pretty easily, which is good, because some of the books don't, like if they're threaded together, they're a little bit trickier. But yep, so that'll be handy. So I've got those, and what I thought I would do is I picked up these old patterns that I showed you a little while ago, and along the same vein of this little notebook that I made a couple of weeks ago, just bring you in a little bit there. You can see that's a little, I made that out of tissue paper. I really just wadded the tissue paper together, put some things on the front, and then did a bit of fussy sewing. And I've put a few pages and things like that in it. But I really liked how that turned out, so I thought I would do something along the same lines, but instead I would use up some of this paper that came in these vintage patterns that I picked up the other week. So my thought at this point, I don't want to cut the front, I'm going to keep that nice. So yep, put that to one side for the moment. So let's clear a bit of space here. Got some of my little buttons that I made. I followed Louisa HEINZL's tutorial, made some little buttons a little while ago. So what I thought I would do, see how we go with this, is keep this kind of wadded together. So I want a few layers in one hit. So I think what I'm going to do is measure, I've got a piece of the page that I've pulled out of the book there. I want it to be a little bit bigger than that page. So I'm going to mark that. So it needs to be about there. Get into shot might help you guys, hey? And about there. So I will get my little ruler and we will have, I don't know how well this paper's going to rip, we'll see. So what's that? That's a, I'll go 2 inches, what's that one? 2.5 inches wide. Let's see if it'll rip. I'd like it to be a ripped edge, at least on one side. Here we go, it's going to rip easily. That's a nice sort of honey colour. Went a bit wide there, but that's all right. I can easily trim that off with some scissors if I think it doesn't look good. I might do another one just so I've got a couple done. So let's go about there. It's nice to use up these things, but I thought I'll keep them kind of wadded together. But my plan is, well, my actual plan was to use some tea bag bags that I'd dyed ages, like I'd had the cups of tea and I saved the bags, dried them out, cleaned them, all the rest of it, and put them in a snap lock bag, and they're somewhere in this craft room. And literally this morning I pulled my craft room apart trying to find them. Do you think I can find them? No, I can't. Can't find them anywhere. I feel like I've looked everywhere too, which obviously I haven't, or I would have found them. But yeah. Oh well. So I need that to be about there. Yeah, but I thought I've got these old paper clips, so I'd like to use them as well. And I do plan on doing a bit of sewing on the machine. And obviously you could make these, oh, that's not going to, that doesn't want to rip. Lucky I'm using my muscles. See how many layers I've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's about 8 layers there. Yeah, so I am going to sew these on my sewing machine as well, but if you didn't have a sewing machine and you wanted to make these, you could like just make sure that you glue them down really well, pretty much, and I think you'd be in business there. So I've got enough there to make 4, so let's lay those out. So that one's going to be difficult because it's got the crease in it. So then what I thought I would do is get my little plumber's book and the pages that have fallen out. I'll find a piece that I like the look of. I mean, I'm going to put them double just to give it a bit more bulk. But you could, I mean, you could use anything here. You could use some book page. You could use some music paper. You could use gift wrap paper, whatever you've got, really. Make sure my writing's upside down. Make sure it doesn't say anything about cleaning, because it's a plumbing thing. I just want to make sure it doesn't say anything about cleaning out toilets and things like that. Something charming, which I did read in this book somewhere at one point when I was looking through it. Actually, that's a nice page. That's got temperature, volume, and all that sort of thing. So we'll put that one on there. This feels like a couple of pages, so I don't want to waste too many, so I'll just take that one. I'll put this to one side. It's a cute little book though, and it's got a lot of pages in it too, so it'll last a while. So there we go. And I've got a few, as I said, I've got a few bits and pieces here, but what I thought I would do is tear a bit of this off next. And I like how it's got all the different prints and the different colours, so I can use pieces of that on the top. It's Friday here today in Australia, And my husband's off work today. He's having some repairs done on his truck, so he's at home. And he had to do the tax, which he was not looking forward to. I mean, does anybody look forward to doing the tax? I don't think so. And I said to him, well, if you get onto the tax, we will have takeaway for lunch, which we don't really do very often. And he loves Chinese food. So we ordered Chinese food. So we've just had Chinese food for lunch. And it was very nice. My favourite is, I like to have tofu with vegetables and some cashew nuts on top. I always get the same thing. When my husband said to me, what do you want? And I said, just the usual. He said to me, why don't you have something different? I said, because I know I like that. And once I'm on something, I stick with it. All right, as he should know. So now I've got that little strip, so I'll just measure a section. That's nice because it's got the little roses on it there, so I'm just going to tear that off and sort of lay that there. I don't really care if they're not straight. Let's see. Take that piece with a little bit of the green on it, might be nice. There we go. And I'd like another bit with, I saw one that had a little girl on it. There she is. What have we got over there? Yeah, I might do that bit, that little girl. She's kind of cute, although she will be facing the wrong way, but that's all right. I mean, I'm probably going to cover it up because I'm going to put a picture on the top of it, so it's probably irrelevant to a certain extent. But it doesn't hurt to be particular. I feel like I've got a lot of stuff around. I did, as you guys know, I did my op shop / eBay video yesterday, and I still haven't put my books away. They're stacked up next to me, so I feel like I've got too much stuff around me right now. So I'm just taking a piece of that. That one's a bit longer. Actually, what I might do is I'll take that piece off there and take that little, shall I put that like that maybe? No, what I'm going to do is take that piece out. I mean, you can fiddle around with these as much as you like, really, can't you? And then I can put her on the top if I want to, like that. And then she's facing the right way. And I need one more piece. Let me get that piece with the nice bit of dark green in there. I like that piece there. So I'll get that piece. So I have had a busy morning because I've washed Rusty this morning. And as you guys know, I wash Rusty in my shower with me when I'm having a shower. And luckily today he behaved himself. I didn't have to go streaking around the house trying to find his lead and stuff, so that was good. So I've done that, and I've taken Dobby for a walk. So we've had a walk today, been out and got a bit of sunshine, even though, as I told you guys, it's freezing here, and it really is freezing. So yeah, I've got a few things done today. All right, so I've got those all set there. And then I've got this little pile of goodies here. I dragged these out. I bought these off AliExpress a while ago and I haven't used them. So I thought I might open those and see if I fancied those. I'm not sure. Sometimes I get these stickers and I'm not that keen on them because I don't like them if they've got a shiny finish, which I think these ones have. I mean, they're nice stickers. Nice little stickers there. The rain is speaking quietly. You can sleep now. That's what it says. Actually, I don't know whether once I stuck that down might be all right. Let's see what other pictures they've got in here. Excuse me. Got all ladies, but the good thing about them is they're little. Well, that's a nice one with the two. I want one that's going to stand out a bit. Oh, I've picked up my little lady there. So they're all the same. Oh, that's kind of cute with the telephone and the dress. Actually, that looks nice with that one. So I might put that one there. Put those to one side. And let's see, what else have I got here? Because I've pulled out quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I won't use all of this, but look at that. Isn't that nice? Actually dragged that out. I thought I might put it in another journal that I'm currently making. This one's got a nice bit of, there's a plain piece of green which could look nice at the back there, and then that little lady on the front, that could be something. That could have a button on it, that one. And I've got one of these as well, but I don't know if I would use that. That's a nice little card there, that one. So that could be a thing. I've also got this little girl. She's cute little girl. Maybe she'd look better there. Let's see. Maybe that. And I've got this one down here, and I've got that nice little face. Maybe that would look all right on that one. We'll see. I've got some little birds. They're kind of nice. Little tiny birds. They might be a thing. It's just a matter of fiddling around until you find what you like. Got this lazy daisy, but I don't think so. I've got this little stamp that says 5 cents with some flowers on it. That could be cute. I had this lady, quite liked her, but I thought if I used her I would probably cut the border out. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that one there, I've decided. I could put like a tag behind that. Maybe. Nope, I don't like that either. I've got some numbers here. What's that one? That looks quite good. That could be all right. Leave that one there. I feel like I need a pink flower. Maybe I could use, I've bought out all my ribbons and bits and pieces, so I might have a scrounge through here. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Look, those little red flowers, they're nice. I could put some of those on. Just cut a little bit of a section of those off. That's nice. It could be. And I've got could use a piece of this. I'll cut that up the middle there. This was off a placemat that I picked up from the op shop. I just want the plain bit, I think, the back there. Got some of those flowers in the apricot, and I've got nope, that's not the right colour. Well, that's a nice little bit of pink. That could be nice. This is a piece that I avocado dyed, so that might match. I'll just take a little piece of that and we'll see what we think. As Rachel says, we'll have to audition it and see what we think. And I could put a little piece of that over the top. Isn't that pretty? So no, I've got to stop. After watching my haul video, My husband was making fun of me because I was editing the video, and I said to him at the end of it, I said, I think we should have had a drinking game that every time I said nice, we could all have a little beverage, because seriously, apparently my most descriptive word that I can come up with these days is nice. So let's see if I can't do a bit better than that for this video. Well, I will say that these laces are very delicate and beautiful and gloriously stunning. Look at that one. It's a nice one. I could use, maybe I use a little bit of that. Actually, this is what I was looking for. I like this material because it's just got all these little flowers on it, and I often just cut a little piece out. Like when I'm making my snippets, I'll just cut a little piece of the flower out. Not any which way, just haphazardly. Maybe take a bit of that white off. I'll keep that green, but I'll maybe take that off on an angle. There we go. I like that material. It's quite trying to think of another word other than nice. It's quite lovely. Versatile. There we go. It is very versatile. So I'm just cutting a few little bits and pieces here at this point so that I can have a look and see what I think. That could be a good one. Like that. Sometimes you need a nice bit of green at the back of something just to give it a bit of a lift. Alright, let's see what I've managed to get together there. Because the other thing that I've got, I pulled these out, and these are some little snippets that I made a little while ago. And I thought if I get stuck, I could just stick one of those on the top of them. So if you've got any little bits of snippet, you could use those as well. But let's see how we're going here. So what I might do is, ones that I'm happy with, I might start sticking down, because I quite like a bit of that. I could put that, I don't know if that's too much with that flower there and that flower. I'll think on that one. I quite like that though. This one, let's work on this one. Right, well I think I'll stick my paper down, get my glue. Oh, you'll never guess what happened to my glue the other day. I dropped it on the ground, and I thought, I was in the middle of doing something, and I thought, oh, I'll pick that up in a minute. And I forgot to pick it up and rolled over it with my wheelchair and actually snapped the nozzle off here, and I couldn't get the tip of the nozzle out of the point or anything, and I ended up having to order a new one. Yep. Was that the side I was going to use here? Have the writing up the right way. So I'll stick that down. I'm just, as I said, I'm just putting a little bit of glue in the, oh no, this was the piece I was going to use. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I can easily just stick it over. I'll just take that piece and I can stick this one on the top. So I've got, because I wanted those building numbers there. So I'm just, as I said, just putting a little bit of glue in the center, because I'm just using it to hold it in place until I take it over to the sewing machine and give it a run through on the machine. So there's Ruby's little tab thing. So I think I'll put that down. There's so many things that you can make for your journals, isn't there? So many clever people out there making beautiful things, so inspiring. So I think I'll put that down next with that over the top, maybe like that. Let me just think about this for a second with that. And if I put that little girl's face there as well, I like my clusters to be very clustered, very cluttered. I'm going to cut that white edge around that face off. I don't really like that. I suppose I could ink it. And maybe I could put that one along the outside edge. Yep, that's what I'll do. So I'm just going to run a little bead, and I know this doesn't, I mean, this may or may not stick the lace, I don't know, but I'm just using it to hold it steady for the moment while I get everything in place. And it won't need to hold it permanently because I am going to stitch it, as I said. So let's get this on. I feel like I don't move fast enough with these. Other people get so much done in a very short period of time. I'm not sure if that's a sticker or not. You never know with these things. I'll say it's not. Let's go with it's not. Just a little bit of glue. Doesn't need to be crazy. There we go. Put that there. Just going to get my little stomper. Maybe instead of cutting around that face, I'll just put a little bit of ink on it. Just a tiny bit. I don't like to do too much inking. I feel like it makes my journals look very dark because I'm always over the top. I can't just put a little bit of ink on it. I always put too much, and then I feel like my journals look really dark and moody, which is not what I'm going for. And I'll put a little bit around the edge of this just to take that white off a little bit. I think this one is a sticker. I can kind of feel it's got a bit of a slipperiness on the back of it. There we go. Let's see. Sometimes these stickers are an absolute nightmare to get apart. Edge of the so let's put her about there. And I'll put my little flower on next. And like I said, it's just to hold it in place. I'll just put that like so, like that. There we go. So that one's done. And I'll arrange the other ones and I'll speed it up just a little bit so that we're not here forever, and then I'll take them over to the sewing machine and sew them, and then I'll come back and show you what I thought I might do next. done a bit of fussy sewing around these, which I absolutely love that kind of thing. So each one's slightly different sort of cluster of bits and pieces. I mean, it's basically just like a little mini collage, isn't it? So, yep. So they're all done. And the next thing that I like to do is use my clip. So what I have worked out is if I fold this book page in half, these are the pages from my French book. So I'm just going to grab about two pages, I think will be enough. And I'm going to fold it in half like that. You could use anything here. You could just use plain cardstock really, but I just like to use this. So, because the thing is, if you take them off the journal and you look at the back, I want the back to look as nice or interesting like the front. Did I leave my glue open while I was sewing? Yes, I did. Now it's clogged. Alright, so what I do is I glue them together. I've got my fabric glue here because we're going to be gluing the paper clip, so that needs to be glued in good and strong. So what I like to do is I'll put my paper clip over the top like that, like so, pushing it down. And then on the inside here I run my fabric glue and make sure I get a good dob on my paper clip so that it's going to be stuck down. And then I just run this all around the edge. You could probably use your glitter glue around the edge as long as you had the good fabric glue that's going to stick the metal on the pin. And then making sure I've got my image up the right way, I am going to glue this on the back like so. And just let that set up so it's nice. I might have to put a bit of glue between these book pages here just to glue them all together, just because I folded them in half and there was two. So I'll just put a little bit of glue. As I said, you could use anything here. You don't have to use the book page, but I'm just using what I've got. So that's that done. I like to leave all the threads. You could actually hang a little charm off the top of that if you wanted to. So that's that one all done. And it covers up your stitching and things like that at the back. So I'll just do these other three, and then I'll show you how I sit them on the journal. And I think that you could use you could really use tissue paper, or you could even use like a post pack. If you got a post pack that you get in the mail, and you could cover it in brown paper so it was a little bit spongy, that would be something too that you could do. I'll glue these together before I put it on the back, then I don't have to worry about it. And the good thing is this uses up paper clips as well. Those, I actually had those paper clips from years ago, so they've been sitting there a while, and like most things, they sit on your desk until they find their forever home. So this is in French. Necessary obligation. Do I have to? Je dois. We have to go now. Il faut partir maintenant. Alright, so I think it's pretty obvious that I don't know how to speak French, but gave it a go. Gave it a red hot go. Alright, so making sure I've got that up the right way. Put some glue on over the paper clip to make sure that sticks. And I might use my craft glitter glue on the rest of it, just because that's sufficient paper on paper. And get that all over. What are you guys making at the moment? Are you making journals? Are you knitting? I was saying to Karen that yes, I have been doing quite a bit of knitting. I've finished several jumpers this year, and I've got another cardigan that I'm just about to finish. I've got sleeves to do, but I've had to put that on hold because I am designing the pattern for the advents, and that is currently what's taking up my time. So unfortunately I can't share that with you at the moment because it's a secret. But the pattern's just gone out to the test knitters, so they've started to have a little peruse of it, so that's good. And once that's done, I'm nearly finished with all the things that I had to do for the advents, which is a big relief. It's a bit stressful until it's all done, but we're on the home stretch now, because I think Susan is going to send the advents out on the 1st of October to make sure all our international people that have got the advents get them in time. So we will be having a big pack-up day at some point, I imagine, like we did last year. And then that'll be done and dusted. And I've told Susan, so Susan knows I'm not going to be doing the advents next year. I feel like they take up so much time, and there's no time left for anything else that I want to do, unfortunately. So even though I enjoy doing them, I think Susan will be managing them next year, and maybe she'll get some new people in with some new ideas and new skill sets, so that'll be good. And I will be able to get back to some of the things that I was doing the previous year. Hopefully, maybe I'll even, I was saying to Karen that I might even do a couple more of the podcasts like I was originally doing. I like doing these ones because there's not much setup involved, and definitely nowhere near the amount of editing involved, and they're just quick and easy, and I get to spend some time with you guys. I know that some of you that are watching are not into this at all, but I appreciate the support while I'm visiting this interest that I've got at the moment. And as my husband, when I said to my husband about the books, because I'm actually keeping the books in our walk-in robe. We've got a large walk-in robe, and I don't really have that many clothes these days, so I've made one section of it into some bookshelves, and I've kept my books in there. So I said to my husband, oh, I hope you don't mind all the books in there. He doesn't care. He just said, what are you going to put in there next year when I become interested in something else? Because that's how I roll. My interests jump around all over the place. But I am really liking this, and the bit that I like as well is I like collecting all the stuff for it. I really like that. So it's interesting to find these bits and pieces out there in the world. Alright, so I've got that all glued. This is the last one. Get my last paper clip on. Oh, that's stuck together. Put another one there. Yep. Alright, these are big paper clips. I think they're called jumbo paper clips. So they're a bit larger than a standard. But that's good, because sometimes if you want to use these to tuck some other bits of paper or ephemera up underneath the paper clip, it gives you plenty of room. And these are obviously a little bit larger than a standard little paper clip thing that you would put, so it makes sure that there's plenty to support the paper and the paper clip. Just make sure that's straight. And as I said, you could, if you pushed that up just a tiny bit, you could have a little loop there and put a little charm on it and have it look like sticking out the top of the book. So there we go. We got 4 of those done today. And I'll just grab my journal and put it on so you can see how it would look. Okay, so this is the journal that I'm working on at the moment. And for example, for this one, you could stick it on the top of the page like that. And if you wanted to, you can, and you've got something, you can slide it up underneath and it'll catch up on under the clip. So that's how it looks in the journal. And I think they look good. I mean, I like them. I like the messy look of them. So yeah, just a little idea, and it's cleaned up at the back, and with the tiny little ruby and pearl Exo printable in the back, I think it looks cute. And you can use up some of your little bits of scraps and bits and pieces. I think one of the secrets to collaging and making anything like this, and Leslie mentioned it in her last video, is don't use a bit of paper because you think to yourself, oh, I don't really like that on its own. I'll stick it in my, actually that'll look cute there, wouldn't it? I'll stick it in my collage, because if you don't like it when it's on its own, you're not going to like it in the collage either, and you won't use it. So only use things that you like. Stick that little button there, not over the top of my bird, whoops. Yeah, so use colours and fabrics and laces and things that you like, so that you don't end up with a collage that you've used up all the bits and pieces, but you don't actually like it enough to use it in anything that you're doing. So yeah, but I will do a collage. Just got sidetracked with this for the time being, as happens. But anyway, I hope you guys give something like this a go. And if you do, let me know. Tag me on Instagram if you put your picture up, and I'll have a little squiz at it. But yeah, that's just something that I've come up with today, and I hope you like it. All right, well, I hope you're all happy, healthy, warm or cool, depending on where you are, and enjoying some crafty time. And I will catch up with you again very soon. Thanks for popping in to see me. Bye.